Welcome back to the Cozy Cottage Homestead. Today I'm just catching up on some of the fruit that I had purchased here a while back. We purchased some cherries. We do have some wild cherry trees, but they're not the best for eating. So occasionally we'll buy some when they come in season and put them up in the freezer. So I'm just going to be pitting the cherries, by hand, the old-fashioned way. Yeah, they're cheap to buy one, just haven't done it yet. Something that my husband really enjoys is some cherries. I haven't always been the biggest cherry person, but eating them fresh, I actually enjoy them fresh a whole lot better than the ones you buy in the jar from the grocery store. So that's all I'm doing today, is pitting some of these cherries. I have I don't know, I guess I bought about 3 or 4 pounds. I've already done quite a few. So my hands is fixing to get messier than what they already are. Just want to do a pitting cherries and a little talk, or a little chat. I'm very saddened that about 10 of some of my favorite channels, not all of them, I have quite a few, have decided to not do YouTube anymore. With all of the current worldly events going on, I'm not going to ever change my channel into a political channel or jump on that bandwagon to see what's trending and try to post a video about such information. That's just not what it's about, and that was never what, I pretty much made a promise to myself that my channel would never be about those kind of things. So, we do stay aware, we do stay informed. Of course, I'm so tired of hearing about all kind of talks about all kind of stuff to do with that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's how much I'm really, don't even want to say certain words on here because of different algorithms and stuff like that. I recently learned of another channel that is a friend that still has a channel that pretty much did a video because she had got threatened because she gave her personal opinion. And of course, in the world that we live in today, everything is backwards. What used to be good's bad, and what's bad is now good, it seems like. It's really sad, the shape that we're in right now, the times that we're living in. I think it's too late to tell people, what they should have been doing. They've had plenty of time to know, prepare, and get ready for this kind of stuff. So if you've ever thought about doing something like living off grid or being self-sufficient, learning how to conserve, just starting with maybe having a camp out in your home for the weekend with no electricity, don't let no one use the refrigerator, cook everything the old-fashioned way. It'd be a good time to do some of those, practicing those skills. And we all think we're prepared, and even the ones of us that are prepared and thinks, well, we have everything, that we could think of. But, right when you think you have everything figured out, something else happens or something completely different happens. So, by being well-rounded, having multiple different skills, and knowing how to do things is one thing. And it's great to know how to do things, but actually hands-on, actually practicing those things is what it's going to take. A lot of people are still, even though, a lot of the talk channels, that homestead talk channels, what I'll call them, have been talking about all of this stuff for years now. We all are smart and intelligent. We live in a time where the whole entire universe is smart. We all have access to information, and even if we're not smart, we all think we're smart because we could just look it up, is what I'll say. I won't say what I wanted to say. You can just look it up and figure it out and watch a video or read a page or find information. You know, years ago, if you want to learn about something, you had to do it the old-fashioned way. You had to go to the library and you had to research it, check out books, look it up. Now we can just buy everything online. We can find out things. We can do the ebooks, you know, watch videos and all that kind of stuff. I am a product of that modern society myself. I am exactly just like everyone else. I am spoiled to a degree, but I try to keep the mindset of what if this happens, what if that happens, but not to the point to where I think about it all the time, but to know that I have those skills. I have practiced. I know how to, just something as simple as how to fish without a fishing pole. You know, and some of that comes from just being frugal, from growing up poor. You know, sometimes those skills that you think that were just, they were just nothing. They were just your lifestyle. They were just things that you learned to do that you didn't ever really think about, but to someone else it's fascinating because they've seen it, or they've heard of it, or they've read about it, or they've watched a video, but they actually have never tried it. And when the world is in a crisis, and you can go back from the beginning of time since history was recorded, when there is a major crisis or a war or all kind of crazy stuff going on in the world, people panic. So my goal has always been to try to help people, inspire them, encourage them to learn skills so that if something ever happens, or I should say when it does happen, you'll be a little bit better off, not necessarily, you know, in a conceited way, but you'll have a little more confidence that, you know, hey, let's stay calm, we gonna figure this out, we know how to do this, we know how to do that, you know, and figure it out. And because they were prepared and they learned something, and those skills are going to be extremely important when they come into play. You know, like knowing how to forage for wild vegetables and fruit, cherry trees, crab apples, wild blueberries, blackberries, dewberries, huckleberries, the American beauty berry. There's lots of different things native just to where I am here in the South, but find out what is native to your area, because don't think, well, when it happens I'll just go out into the woods, or I'll go forage, or I'll go to the lake and I'll go fishing, and you know, nobody knows about this spot. Or don't think that way, because guess what? Most people are going to panic, and they're going to be doing the same thing. They're going to be heading out, they're going to get their little backpacks, foraging, and you know, and that's the good stuff. The bad stuff is you have to be prepared for people that's not honest people. When people are hungry and when they are desperate, they're going to do things that they wouldn't normally do. So have you thought about how to protect yourself, your family? You know, I think it's almost to the point, not quite there yet, what we used to say, it's time to lay low. Now the modern people say the gray man. But we always heard it, lay low, wait till the smoke clears, stuff like that. You know, right now is not the time to be advertising in front of your homestead that you have goat milk for sale or you have eggs for sale. Not right now. Now, after it passes and whatever happens, then yes, it would be safe to do that. But don't put a target on your back. Don't expose everything, because believe me, even though we have a very good community here on YouTube, and a lot of us have got to know each other quite well. We exchange phone calls, emails, all that. You know, I watch them, they watch me. We build these bonds. Those are the good people. But what about all the people that's passing by, that's watching you that's paying attention, taking notes of, okay, this person lives in Texas. This person lives in Tennessee. This person lives in Louisiana. This person lives in Florida. This person lives up north, wherever. People are taking note of that. You're going to see a huge movement. Even people that aren't skilled, that's never experienced this type of lifestyle, they're going to be moving closer to the people that they know how to do things, that have things, that are stocked up, that are prepared. Not necessarily in a bad way, because, you don't want to be the lone wolf whenever all this happens. It's going to take a community. Just be cautious and beware of those that are eager to join your circle. Don't be so quick to allow it. Make sure you know what you're getting into, because during these times, people are going to be even more wicked than we could even imagine, and even more desperate than we can imagine. So I'm just going to keep doing what I told one of my other friends on another YouTube channel, what I've said for years. Keep plowing on, and keep on plowing. Keep on working, keep on building, keep on planting, keep on growing, keep on learning skills. Learn as much as you can. You're never too old to learn something new. And during these type of times, should it go really bad really fast, everyone's in survival mode. Everything's just like going to slow down and be like slow pace. It's going to look like an old Western movie. And people think, oh, another conspiracy theorist. She's just crazy. It's never going to get that bad. Well, I'm not going to say yay, nay, tell anyone what to do. That's never been my thing. My thing is just to let people learn by just seeing how I do things the old-fashioned way, so that if there ever was a time that those skills were needed, that, people would have an idea of how to do it and they wouldn't panic, So mentally it's going to be chaotic enough, but if you can ease some of that stress by having food stocked, being prepared, growing certain things, raising certain animals, anything that you can do is going to help you to be able to survive better. It's not going to make you look better. It's not going to make you more important. Everybody's important. Every human being's important to someone, and to God. If you think someone that's not important to anyone, everyone is important to God, and everyone matters. Sometimes life can seem like the pits of what, and we're doing cherries today. So just keep preparing. Don't put everything in the freezer. Start learning how to dehydrate. Start learning how to can. It starts with the mindset. Start changing little things. Maybe it doesn't seem like a big thing, but just keep moving in that direction, in that mindset, to where you're slowly getting prepared. Maybe even the rest of your family isn't on board, or your household. Just keep doing it. Keep dehydrating, keep canning, keep getting an extra couple of cans of this and that. And I know I said maybe it's too late in the beginning of the video. It's never too late, but if things go crazy, like, it possibly could, it's not going to be too late, but it's going to be extremely hard. To where if you had been preparing all along, or as soon as you knew about it or learned about it, and you actually started doing something then. I have a big problem with things like people know something's going to happen. They know in their gut, or they know something's coming up, and they put it off, they procrastinate, and sometimes it never happens. I don't know why, but that irritates me. And my family and friends that watch my YouTube, they know that. If you know something needs to be done, don't just step over it. don't just put it off. If you feel in your gut you need to buy extra 50 pounds of rice or beans, or something's telling you in your gut and your heart and your soul that you need to prepare, don't worry about what other people say. They will be the laughing stocks at the end of this because they didn't prepare. So be wise, be intelligent, use your own brain. So many people seem to be so self-absorbed, so and I really don't want to come across as a know-it-all or this or that, but so many people that I know that are claiming to be Christians have become so extremely worldly. You know, we all are spoiled to the modern conveniences, and I'm not talking about that, but it just blows my mind that so many Christian people have become so worldly. And I'm not judging it, I'm not prejudiced against it. It's just, I can see why this nation has become so confused. It's just like people's brains have been zapped from them. I don't even know what's going on, but I know a lot of you have told me the same thing. It just feels like people have they're just not even thinking for themselves anymore. And we have to get back to that, to think for ourselves and do what's best for us and our family and our circle, and not worry about what everybody else thinks or how they feel. If they're not in your household, if they're not offering to come help you do anything, if they're not offering to help you pay your bills or cut your grass, their opinion does not matter. And it should not matter. So just keep being nice. Some people you just have to love from a distance. We can disagree and not be enemies. So many people are acting like children. You know, it's okay to disagree and still be friends. That's actually normal. It's called being an adult, you know. It doesn't mean we're going to agree on everything, but we can come to a middle ground, you know. And we can still be friends. We can still help each other. So many people's just gotten so far off track, and it's sad. So my advice is more along those lines, you know, to just keep doing the best you can. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen, but you can control as much as you can what goes on in your family and in your household, and try to alleviate some of that stress. Cut off the radio, cut off the TV, cut off the internet, whatever you have to do. Get out in the yard, get some sunshine, walk, hike, make plans to put in a garden or to raise animals. Start changing your thinking, and it won't be so scary if something serious does happen. There's no need to be out there with the rest of the people when they're in that panic mode, because it's not going to be good. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be dangerous. It's going to be deadly. Of course, we pray and hope for the best no matter what happens, just on a regular life basis, especially more so whenever we know that our country is possibly headed really, really, really in the wrong direction. So let's go ahead and talk about this cherry. I'm going to come out, walk a little closer. Not that I like seeing myself that close. So just have a paring knife. That's where the stem was, right here. And I'm just, for those that don't know, I'm just going around it with my knife, all the way around it in a circle. And then I'm pull it apart, and then you can see the pit or the seed on the inside. One side doesn't have it. So the side with the pit, yeah, I use my thumb, and I just kind of hold it and grab it. It's a little aggravating. But you also could use your knife, and then you could use your knife to get the little pit out. I don't know if y'all can see this. The lighting's not the best, but I just thought I would share a little bit with y'all today. So I'm still going to do my best to keep creating content, but if the world keeps getting crazy and lots of my friends are having issues, I'm going to try not to talk about those things, but do know I am aware, completely prepared as much as I can be, and I will continue doing what I've always done, living my life the way I live it, sharing what I can share to help others, You know, we live in a world to where we really don't need to tell anybody what to do or how to do it, because everybody already is smart. We all have smartphones and we already know everything, right? So I don't want to offend anyone or hurt anyone's feelings or come across as, well, who does she think she is? She knows everything, because I don't. But I can tell you one thing. I am a survivor. I am thick-skinned. I am a diehard, I guess you could say. So I'm going to do the best I can to make it through whatever it is. If the internet shuts down and I don't see y'all anymore, I'll still continue to pray for everyone that was connected to my YouTube channel, everyone that sends me emails, anyone that crosses my path on YouTube. I do that every single night, whether you believe it or not. I pray for anyone that comes across my channel, that my channel would be inspiring to them and would be a blessing to them and would be helpful and useful for them and their family or whoever. So I'm going to finish up these. I don't have too many more. My bowl is overflowing. Let's bring it closer. I know it's a little dark in here, but this is all the black pitted cherries. So sometimes life can be the pits, but not for this girl. I'm going to keep plowing on. Moving forward. I'm still going to enjoy my life, because my life is my life, and I enjoy sharing it with all of you on my YouTube channel and all the visitors that pass through. So keep your head focused on what's above, and keep moving forward. Stay positive. Encourage people. Be a little nicer, because people are a little grumpier these days. So farewell, Homestead family, friends, and neighbors from the Cozy Cottage Homestead.